Welcome back everyone to the complete Pineleaf, and we are back here with Bingo Boffin in the Hall of Fire, a friendly visitor.
I do not want to lull my future readers to sleep.
Oh, I am certain Bilbo meant no harm by his criticism of my manuscript to this point, but his words echo some of my own concerns. Will this account of my journey put my future readers to sleep, Pineleaf? I do not want that. This is to be a thrilling tale of adventure, not a soporific account suitable accompanied by a mug of warm milk before bedtime. I have a new idea, my adventurous friend. I propose that we climb the very mountains in which the Elf Haven is nestled. We will climb into the Misty Mountains and have such adventures that the reader with the unfortunate idea of reading just before bed will be rewarded by nightmares and a poor sleep instead. I have spoken with a number of elves here, and they tell me that the mountains are filled with many dangerous creatures, snow beasts, snow lurkers. I've never heard or seen any of those foes before, but we should do our part to defeat those threats as we climb. That will make for an exciting read when we write it down, will it not? Alright, kill snow beasts and snow lurkers. Gotcha, Bingo. Any advice on that, Bilbo? Or do you have your own stuff for me? Yes, you seem to be a bit of an adventurous sort. Of course. Yes, perhaps you wouldn't mind helping me. I need to find a hidden entrance to the Goblin Town. For the account of my book, I need a better description of it. Right, okay. Let's see. All you need is to find the black door of the Goblin Town. If you can find the place, I have remembered them all right. High in the mountains, along a stretch called the High Pass, we traveled, and a night found a dry place and a cave midway in the mountains. All right. I'll see if I find anything like that along the time. But I think it's time for me to... Oh, what? You expect me to dress in something warmer because it's going to be cold out in the Misties? I'll take that under advisement. Something warmer. Bilbo's right. It does look chilly up here. So I hope this is warm enough. He also recommended that I get a goat to right up here. And in case you're wondering, the goat's an account-wide thing. Therefore, it's not something that I bought particularly for this character. But I think it'll work, especially in this snowy area. Now, let's see what we need to do. We need to defeat snow beasts and snow lurkers. I should note that this is the last episode before the opening of Moria. Now, I won't be heading into Moria. Instead, I will be, of course, continuing along what I'm doing here since I won't be high enough level to head into Moria. But I will be doing, of course, the epic story, heading, of course, leveling and all that. And I will be doing skirmishes. My next episode, of course, will be my first skirmish on this server, since we can't leave that out in the complete Pineleaf. I do have to, of course, include my first skirmish. Now, I'm not going to include the tutorial. I think I've had enough series where I have included that little bit. I don't need to kill a lynx. So I'm not going to do the tutorial on screen, but I will do the first one. Probably a Tuckborough run unless I change my mind before then. Ruins of the Misty Mountains, Glowing's Camp. Actually, I might as well speak with Glowing. I do have a couple of quests to turn, and then I'll go and handle the snow beasts and the lurkers and all that fun stuff. And this will probably help to finish up my rep with Thorn's company. Now, I won't be needing it for the rep goat because I think I like the one I've got here better. Ooh, what do you have here?
I have collected many fine items during my travels.
Speaking of goats, of course it's a light brown goat, so it won't match the one that I am writing on. Let's see, recommended reading, small map of the troll shawls, usual stuff in here. No hat rack, so I won't have to worry about that. Did I upgrade my hat rack and the troll shawls yet? Well, I'll have to look at that at some point. Well, we could always check that at a later time. Hello, Glowing.
No dawdling.
There's much to do here. Oh, that one actually gives Rivendell rep. Actually, before I do that, it's time to turn XP back on. Now I can get this done.
No dawdling.
What did I just do? New deed, Peril of the Mountains. New deed, Ambassador of the Elves. That means I just hit Kindred. Whee! Completed Kindred of Rivendell. Alright, good. That's one more group I don't need to worry about rep with.
No dawdling.
A Nazgul? One of the 9 ring rays they spoke of at the Council of Elrond? I have not forgotten the honeyed words conveyed through one of those riders to us back in the Lonely Mountain. Such poison! They wished us to betray old Bilbo Baggins to Mordor. I'll help you the best I can, although Dyne did task me with another matter. I can share some information, though. All right, well, then, what do you need?
I would be grateful for your assistance.
So, you say that Elrond mentioned goblins in his directions to come here. It doesn't surprise me. I ran into some troublesome goblins up here when I crossed into the Misty Mountains at Thorin's great quest. That time, we were sorely beset by goblins. And of course, that ties into what we were talking to Bilbo earlier, because they wound up being beset at the location Bilbo is sending us. Now, it does seem the foul things are even more stirred up lately, and perhaps your rider is the cause. One of the scouts here reported them moving far from the holes, far from the east, and heard them chanting, Gurzmat, their leader, no doubt. Aye, that's what needs to be done. Slay this Gurzmat, and the goblins will be in such a disarray they won't present a problem anymore. And maybe you'll find a trail of this rider you seek. Seek out the goblin fires in the north along the east. Right, there you go. So he wants us to visit a goblin camp, and killing goblins along the way, of course. Good. What else do we need? Oh, yes, of course. So we'll head for the goblin camp, and at the same time look for snow lurkers and all that fun stuff. And that should give us a nice little bit of a start. One snow beast done, one lurker down, and this way, actually. Why not? And I picked up the inevitable Snow Lurker Relic quest, which means I'm near a lurker. In fact, I found it here. Good. Therefore, this would be a good place to hunt, especially since I am also going to be near bears, and I also picked up a quest to collect bear hides just before I came back here. There you go. One snow lurker in the Misty Mountains. That'll help to satisfy bingo. Apparently somebody's been here killing bears because there is a dearth of bears in this area. But there seem to be still some lurkers. And I see a snow beast up there, so at least we'll get something done. And I also triggered the old treasures quest, and that one is... Ooh, where should... I'm trying to think, where's the... Which one should I drop here? I guess the goblin camp for now. I'll bring that back up later. Then the old treasures quest. So we have all these nice little quests coming up here. Ooh, hold on. Let's first get the treasure. But we do have these guys to talk to first. And by talk to, I mean some pointed remarks. And a bear also. I think we'll get... Really need to improve my timing on this. There you go. I sort of feel like that every time I... Whoopsie daisy. I commit myself past a point where I have an interrupt. They do something that requires an interrupt. Ooh, level 43. I will have to see what the next... I think the next level for bingo is going to be 43 for next week. So, I don't have to worry about leveling too much between episodes. I just have to make sure I don't level too much. Then again, I guess anything would be too much. Now, see, as I said, Moria opens up. I'm not going to head into Moria until the Bingo Boffin quest line leads me into there. And hopefully that'll give me some time to do the epic storyline. The epic is going to be a real question on how I'm going to manage to get all that done, because the epic, when you hit level 50, you have all this long bout with the epic storyline. And I suspect that in the way my time is going to go, there's no way I'm going to finish that all. So I may have to bounce back and forth between Moria and the Volume 1 epic storyline as I go through things. I think the treasure chest is down in this direction. Assuming I can learn how to climb hills. Ah, there we go. Oh, hello. There you go. Okay, see, that takes care of... I still need 2 more lurkers for bingo. And I need 4 more beasts for the other quest. Hey, stop that. But I want that treasure chest right there. Now the epic sends me here later on, but I can't remember the order on everything in there, whether there's an optimal order in which to do this. Alright, now let's try this. Okay, that is 1 item down. Just grab a couple more lurkers. I'll catch a few more bears, and maybe even find some more relic fragment. I decided to stop by over here at High Crag before heading back to Broin's camp, because I wanted to turn in the dwarf chest.
Well met, friend. Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
And my main reason for that is because the ingots of dwarf gold are with the goblins, so I want to, when I head out and kill the goblins for the epic, I want to be able to take that back with me also. I will take this one. Ooh, let's go back to bingo first, though. I'll take that, remove that from there. Let's take the Warning Evil Men.
Come and stay a moment.
I'll do that one off camera. But I'll head back over to Glowing's camp and see what Bingo has to say. Bingo, perhaps you should have followed Bilbo's advice about dressing in something a little warmer.
A good start, a good start.
Yes, those creatures are most ferocious, Pineleaf, and I think I can safely say that any hobbit hoping to read this book before bedtime will be dreaming of frightful snow beasts and terrifying snow lurkers, even in the summer. We should travel even further north now. If you think you can bear the climb, let us travel northward to the northern Bruinen sources. See where it is marked on this map? Our travels will only become more dangerous here on out, I wager, and this will make for a good tale indeed. He's touched. He's touched in the mind. Ah, it looks like Bingo has made a new friend. Hello there.
The Corcor! Ambushed!
The dwarf appears to have been in a very recent battle, and he struggles to speak. His wounds are severe. Are you to help? He manages with greater. The Corker! The pain is too much, and he is unable to say anything else. What do you say about that, Bingo?
This fellow must have been in a battle. We have to help him.
Yes, that's what heroes do, right? I think I know what to do. I have heard that animals of the wild have special senses of some kind of herbs and roots that will provide sustenance and heal their hurts. I am willing to wager that Will and Whisker has just such an ability, and it would tell you where to look for helpful and unhelpful herbs. You should search the slopes of the ruinous source regions for such clumps of herbs and see if Willem can tell you anything about them. You can do that, right, WW? Go with Pineleaf and help her with the search. Right. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. And speaking of Corker, here's one right now. Perhaps we could also help with the situation if we deal with one of them. Have fewer of them around, harassing dwarves along the road. There you go. Signets of Rude Hour. Not that there's going to be too much good, because I'm kindred with the elves now. Well, at least one of the 3 groups of elves. There are 3 groups of elves I think you need to get kindred with in order to get that ambassador to the elves deed completed. First one is Rivendell, of course. But after that, we will have the Galadrim in the Golden Wood. Oh, that'll be a fun one to do when we get to it. Well, we'll probably have a little bit of time in which to do that one, because I believe the Galadrim are going to be released with Moria. And we'll have to have something to do during the 4 months between Moria and Mirkwood. Assuming that it is 4 months in between the two. And then, of course, after Mirkwood is released, we will have to worry about the Maladrim, which is the 3rd group of elves. I mean, Corker in the area, but I really should start seriously looking for those herbs now, shouldn't I? Oh, next to this rock, that might be a good place to look for herbs. And we have a Will and Whisker here also. Alright, let's try these. I'll take that as a yes. Ah, a good place to hang a sign. Warning, evil men. That should warn them, and of course the evil men were those Corker that we were fighting earlier, and that Spalvy, or I guess I don't know Spalvy's name yet, that the injured dwarf was having some trouble with. And speaking of Corker, we might as well take care of 1 or 2 more as we head back and find Bingo. Here, let's see if this helps. The wounds are too severe for him to speak right now, but he seems to understand that you mean to help. You apply the compress of herbs, and now the healing will be a matter of time, one way or the other. What do you say, Bingo?
This dwarf is fortunate we happened along when we did.
We have done what we can, Pineleaf, but I am not ready to leave just yet. We should stay and see if our efforts have been enough. I am sure they will prove sufficient. This dwarf is fortunate that we happened along when we did. I wonder if he is an adventurer such as we are. He does have that look about him, doesn't he? Oh, we will have to ask him when he's recovered. And they also tell us that Bert Bartleby has arrived at Glowing's camp. We have already seen that. And next week we have a dangerous detour, recommended level 43, which by coincidence is our current level. But that's it for this time, and next time we'll be returning with, not next time, next week we'll be returning with Bingo Boffin to see what is happening to our injured dwarf here. But next time we are going to be running our first skirmish on this server, which will probably be Trouble in Tuckbro, simply because that is traditional for me. And after that, I'll have to take care of that epic storyline, which I didn't get very far on today. And that means that we've got quite a bit to go for the next week here in the Complete Pineleaf.